Okay, so first day, long story short, I met up with Helen after about a couple hours, and I got into the room to discover that it was orange. It's orange as my jacket that you see quite frequently in pictures, as well as the guy's towel who was also there, and like his shoes, and later we found out that a lot of Vienna is orange. So here's a little bit of a room. This is the room that I'm sleeping in, and it's full of orange things. Everything is orange in this freaking room, or red, including me. It's on video.
I was doing that on purpose.
We also had our own kitchen, well, not our own kitchen, but it was a shareable kitchen where you could cook and didn't have to order food, which was cool because eating out is expensive and unhealthy. So this was our kitchen. That was the smoking area. It's like the peeing section in the pool. And it was a pretty nice place. I can't complain. Coffee machine and vending machine where they sold beer, as well as a demotivational poster above, and the ceiling, and pretty artwork. And it was really amazing. Aren't you glad you watched? So that was our hostel. Most of the day we looked around at churches. There's not too much to say about the churches, nor are there any videos about them. Well, because, yeah. Saw some dead people in glass cases, and that was cool. So yeah, we did a walking tour. And we ran into the Schmetterling house. If you don't know what a Schmetterling is, because you don't speak German, it's a butterfly. So we went to this really, really warm room and looked at butterflies, which was cool, because they landed on Helen.
Got it. That was cool. Did I not record that at all? No way. No! You need to take a picture or take a recording of
No! Oh yeah, there's a wingless bird that I call gerbil bird.
Gerbil bird! It doesn't have any wings. It's so sad.
Then the butterflies, like, danced for us, specifically.
Slap, slap, slap. And my camera's like, I don't know how to focus. Look, you scared it away from the bar. This one's all retarded. What the hell? That's the one that landed on you.
Really?
Yeah, I recognize its face.
After we stayed in the really warm room for about 45 minutes looking around, it was pretty cool. The butterflies are really pretty. We went to the movie theater and we learned a little bit more about butterflies and caterpillars, and it was really cool. And we also learned about a butterfly that sucked blood. And so I'm pretty sure that just made Marcy's phobia a little bit worse. So on the second day, I also don't have any videos of that. I just have pictures, and those aren't very interesting. Well, I have very little pictures anyway, because we went to the Schönbrunn Palace. Now, a little history. There was Franz Joseph who mainly resided in this palace, and he was very popular because he worked really hard, and he was a big family man and preferred Viennese food over French food, which is what a lot of rich people did, and he was rich because he was the freaking emperor. So he was a pretty simple guy, which was popular, which made him popular back then. Anyway, what I think is really funny is that his grandmother gave birth to about 16 children, three of which died, and 11 of them were girls. The youngest being Marie Antonia. And if you're not aware of who Marie Antonia is, it's because she changed her name to Marie Antoinette when she married King Louis XVI. And we know what happened to her. Anyway, she's this guy's aunt. So he was very popular. His wife was kind of, meh. I could tell you more about that later when I talk about the other palace that I saw. Okay, so after that, Helen and I went to visit Beethoven's apartments. He had 3 of them, we only saw 2. The first apartment we saw was really tiny, and I don't think half the stuff was original, but that's okay, because I got to learn a lot. In this apartment, he wrote 3 of his symphonies, being the 5th, 7th, and the 8th. He wrote Fiordalisa, and that's a pretty popular piece. He also wrote his only opera, which he called Lenora, which was later renamed Fidelio. It was either changed against his will, or it was produced against his will. I don't know if he ever wanted it to be put onto the stage, or if the name change bugged him. That was kind of iffy. Anyway, then we saw the second apartment, and I didn't fit in the doorway very well because I had to duck. The doorway was like up to here on me. That was kind of fun. But on the outskirts of town, it was really nice because it was really quiet, and that's also where the apartment in which he died. And we also got to hear a little bit of his last testament, which was written to his brothers, and in which he told his brothers that happiness does not come from money, and that they should tell their children that. Beethoven was a lonely guy. I feel bad for him. He also seemed kind of like that sweet old man that just kind of got misunderstood. Poor guy went deaf at 23. Or started going deaf at 23. Thought about committing suicide a lot. I mean, that's not very happy. At night we went to see the music, or some orchestra, I can't remember the name, there's so many freaking orchestras. And the building is called the Musikverein. It was pretty big. And the orchestra played a piece by Schubert and a piece by Brahms, which had a violin soloist the whole time. I don't know the names. The programs were €3.50. I wasn't going to pay for it. And the last piece they played was Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony, which kind of sounded like this. If you don't recognize that, then you obviously never watched Fantasia as a child. Anyway, I think that was his 6th. I'm not sure on the numbers. I'm really bad with just naming songs after numbers. Anyway, first 2 days, there you go. You better be happy.